Hello and welcome to Scientifically Speaking. Now there's some people online that don't know anything about the moon. They don't know anything about the moon inclination. They don't know how it goes around the Earth, and it seems they've never looked at a science book. I made a video in 2019 called The Defense of Gravity, the movie. It's approximately an hour and 20 minutes long and is highly entertaining, to say the least. I'm going to show you what I said about the moon. And everything I'm about to say is factual because it came out of a book. And then you will see who's lying about what the moon does. Because I also built a model of the moon from magnets, and I show the moon in retrograde. People say the moon lags behind the Earth. That's why it goes backwards. Nope. According to electromagnetic law and my electromagnetic model, the Earth is actually being reversed. It is in a reverse spin. It is not lagging behind. And I'll show this with about 6 magnets, a ring magnet and a ball magnet. You're going to see the Earth turn counterclockwise, and then you're going to watch the moon turning clockwise, because moons don't lag behind. It's part of an electromagnetic system, and so it's part of the system. Nothing's floating in space. It's part of a system. The moon is part of the Earth system. So the moon is not just getting dragged along. It's on retrograde. It's being moved backwards around the Earth, and I proved it with this video. So I'm going to show you it. Just on screen right now, just for, showing off sake. We got pictures of electron resonance, electron hologram, and then I put a magnet underwater. And you see that lump in the middle? That's a sphere that the magnet created on the top of the water. So I have all magnet videos underwater, magnet videos with ferrocells. I've pretty much done it all. So let's see what I say.
So that is called magnetic resonance. It is formed by 2 halo waves, one away from us, curling to the left and curling to the right towards us, and then one coming towards us and
yeah, it's a bit boring. Let's get to
just the same.
Here we go. Right. What's this called anyway?
Is getting louder. It goes through all of nature to produce
this is all the information that I put in my hour and 20 minute movie. I don't just say things and then not show you what or where I got it.
Basically on here is showing that every atom is magnetic, the moon is magnetic. There's the list of magnetic elements. So all in all, everything is giving off a sound, and a magnet is giving off a sound. I'd like to investigate further into these very small flowers that are coming out of a magnet. Unfortunately, I don't have the equipment. But the experiment is easy to do yourself.
All right, here we go. The magnetic moon orbit.
Okay, what I'm going to do now is to take this diagram of the Earth and the moon and create a magnetic model of the Earth and the moon and the attachment to the sun. And then I'm going to check all the angles to make sure we have the correct lunar orbit plane and that we're within the ecliptic plane and the Earth obliquity. I'm going to cover all of that. Then I'm going to rotate this electromagnetic model, and the Earth is going to turn clockwise so that the sun supposedly rises in the east. And while the Earth ball magnet is moving clockwise, I will be able to show the moon traversing around the Earth in retrograde counterclockwise, because the moon is actually in retrograde. It's not keeping up with us, it's actually in retrograde. But because the Earth and the moon spin like an egg together through space, the counterclockwise retroactive moon then starts turning clockwise with the Earth. But its actual function is retroactive, and it rotates, moves around the Earth in trajectory, always facing the Earth, counterclockwise rotation.
As I just said.
The opposite of the Earth spin. And I can now show this with my magnetic model. Now you must understand that all magnetic fields react exactly the same, so my scales are not going to be the same size, but all my angles are going to be the same size. So here we see I have our top connection from the Sun, the large magnet, and the bottom large magnet are the North and South Pole connections to the Sun.
So as you can see, I've already shown that it links up perfectly with the electromagnetic shape. That is how those 5 magnets sit together. That's exactly how they sit, which is exactly how the Earth and the Moon sit. This picture here is due to left and right, clockwise and counterclockwise beams from the Sun. Now the top one will turn counterclockwise, and this bottom one turns clockwise. If you put a ball in your hand, to make it roll in one direction, you will take your right hand and move it clockwise. You will then grab the ball with your left hand and turn it counterclockwise. But this makes the ball roll in one direction. Try it. Pick up a ball, turn it in one direction. One hand's going clockwise, one hand is going counterclockwise. That's what electromagnetic fields are. So when they roll the moon, so when they roll the Earth rolls in one direction, even though it's getting rotation from a counterclockwise and a clockwise rotation. Same as with your hands. That's how the Earth is moved. So it's attached to the Sun in that direction.
This is a wonderful picture from NASA showing the north connection and the south connection of the solar wind. So what I am showing is correct in electromagnetic terms.
This is my construction of the planet Earth, the orbital of the Moon, and I have 2 magnets either side. These would be the connections from the Sun. Now, I've already shown that this angle corresponds to gravity and the orbits of the Moon. So right now this is correct. Now I want you to see something. I've put a dot here. That's just a chip, but it doesn't matter. Either one's good. And you see that? There's a dot there. Don't know if you can see it. On the Earth. I'm going to rotate this so that the Earth turns counterclockwise, so that the Earth rolls from west to east, so that the Sun rises in the east. What's going to happen to the Moon? Now remember, I'm only just rotating this like this, but the whole thing will be rotating counterclockwise so that the Sun comes up in the east. Now we all know the Moon doesn't keep up with the Earth. What if I told you it was going backwards? Alright, I'm going to slow this down now so we can see it a bit better. Put it on 0.25. Sorry about the sound. I'll just close that. Now we're going to watch the Moon. The black dot is going from right to left, but that black dot on the ball is going in the opposite direction. So there's the Moon. Come on, roll it. It's difficult to roll. There's the Earth going the opposite direction. So I built an actual electromagnetic model that corresponds exactly, as I showed you with that diagram, to what the Earth and the Moon connection is. Now I'm rotating it, as I told you, clockwise and counterclockwise rotations. The Moon is going backwards, but the Earth is going forwards. So the Earth there is travelling counterclockwise, but the Moon is always facing the Earth and it's travelling counterclockwise. So I've put up some damn fine science from God. This is everything God showed me. These are the ideas that came from the double helix vortex to halo wave. These are the things that allowed me to think about. I don't pretend this is my idea. This is the idea I got from God's idea. It wasn't even an idea from God's proof. And my Moon always faces the Earth. So do you see how some people have models and proof of what they're talking about? That would be me. And some people just say, oh, I've got tons of videos that address that and showed that you were wrong. That would be everybody else who's attacking me lately. You see, all I'm doing is defending my position. I'm sorry if I'm a vicious bastard when I do it. But nobody teaches my brothers and sisters absolute nonsense crap.
that's spinning backwards, which looks like
So you all
it's not
saw
keeping up
that
with
my
the
model
Earth,
of the
when in
Earth
fact
works perfectly and
magnetism shows the Earth to go that way.
and shows that the moon is actually travelling backwards. It's not lagging behind. It's part of a system. The system on screen. This system. It's attached to the Earth.
And the moon to go that way. But with both going that way, they both look like they're going.
So we showed it. There we go, and it all did.
There's a little counter going, and the moon going around the Earth. I've had to
See, I even did it here. So this was another video that I added to this video that showed it
have
again.
been presented without any narration. So the whole point of this trailer was to show that there are the angles within the lunar orbit plane. We are north to south with the Earth, and the rotation of it creates the retroactive movement of the moon. And what you can see there's a little counter going, and the moon going around the Earth. I've had to shrink it down so we can see it, but it shows about a 10-year cycle of the moon around the Earth. And as we can see, my angles might be a degree off, but then so might science. So this basically shows the moon orbit being recreated by magnetism.
So there you go. One of us built models. One of us made a movie. So I'm going to put the description for the movie in the bottom. It's got all kinds of really amazing things in there. Even got Einstein talking. Let's have a listen.
Yes.
Now your equations, what formulation are they based upon?
My equations for general relativity and special relativity are based on Maxwell-Clark's equations for electromagnetism.
So there's Einstein telling you that everything's based on electromagnetism. So now do you understand why I say Einstein was full of rubbish as well? How I was able to debunk his atomic bomb matter turns into energy rubbish? That's on another video. So yeah, you know, there's me proving everything I've been saying. So you can go off and believe men that try and catfish you with lies and bullshit photos, as far as I'm concerned. Or you can come here to my channel and watch real experiments with real models. Thanks very much. My name is Lee. I follow the Christ, and I've shown you all the things that he's been showing me. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.